Technology is shaking up just about every part of agriculture. But today, we're digging into the very foundation of it all, the soil. We're going to explore a really cool piece of new tech that takes on one of farming's oldest and toughest challenges: how to create perfect compost, completely hands-free. It all starts with this idea, which is so simple but so powerful. For anyone who grows anything, compost isn't just, recycled waste. It's black gold. It's the absolute key to building rich, living soil that can grow amazing crops without needing a ton of synthetic fertilizers. It's really the heart and soul of regenerative farming. Okay, so that leads to the obvious question. If this stuff is literally gold for farmers, why isn't every farm just swimming in it? Why is it one of the most underutilized resources out there? Well, the simple answer is that making it well is incredibly, incredibly difficult. And that brings us right to the heart of the matter, what we're calling the black gold problem. You've got this huge gap between how valuable compost could be and the tough reality farmers face trying to make it. Let's break down exactly what those hurdles look like. It really boils down to 4 big roadblocks. First, the labor is just brutal. We're talking hours and hours of backbreaking work turning these heavy, dense piles. Second, getting the quality right is a real science. Mess it up and you're left with a useless mess instead of black gold. Third, spreading it is a huge pain and often involves heavy tractors that compact the very soil you're trying to improve. And finally, the whole thing is just a disconnected mess, needing different machines and a lot of guesswork. So with that problem laid out, let's flip over to the solution. What if you could take all 4 of those headaches and just automate them away? What if one single smart platform could handle the entire process for you? And that's where this comes in. Meet the Compost Bot. The idea is just brilliant in its simplicity. It's a small, tough, solar-powered robot that just lives out on the farm and handles everything. From managing the pile when it's cooking to spreading the finished product on the fields, it's designed to work 24/7 with literally 0 human intervention. Right, so how in the world does one little robot replace a tractor, a specialized compost turner, a spreader, and a farmer's own intuition? Well, it all comes down to this perfect marriage of super smart software and really tough hardware, what we're calling the robot's brains and its brawn. On the brawn side, you've got the physical stuff: a rugged chassis built to live outdoors, a solar electric system so it just powers itself, and this really clever tool on the front that can both turn the pile with an auger and spread the finished compost. But the real magic, the secret sauce, is in the brain. It's using GPS and LiDAR to know exactly where it is, while this suite of sensors is constantly checking the pile's temperature, its moisture, even the gases coming off of it. And all of that data gets fed into an AI that makes all the smart decisions. And this is where that 1-2 punch of brains and brawn really comes to life. See, the robot isn't just following some dumb preset schedule. It's actively creating a scientifically perfect composting cycle, and it's optimizing it in real time based on what the sensors are actually telling it. The whole process is just fascinating. So in phase 1, the bot is like this tireless little manager. It's constantly checking the pile and only turns it when it's absolutely necessary to keep the microbes happy and in that perfect hot zone. Then, in phase 2, the AI knows it's time to back off and let the compost cure and mature. It just monitors things and then, bam, sends a notification to the farmer's phone saying, "Hey, your black gold is ready." And then, this is the coolest part. The farmer just pulls up an app, draws a map on their field, and the bot goes, loads itself up, and spreads the compost with pinpoint accuracy. It's a completely automated, closed-loop system. So, what's the big picture here? Well, this tech fundamentally changes the whole equation for the farmer. It takes one of the biggest, most exhausting chores on the farm and turns it from pure, back-breaking labor into a strategic, data-driven asset. And the impact is just massive. You're not just saving time, you are creating a consistently perfect, high-quality product every single time. And that amazing compost leads to healthier soil, while the precision spreading means you're giving your crops exactly the nutrition they need right where they need it. It cuts down on fertilizer costs and directly boosts the farm's bottom line. It's a win-win-win. This chart right here, it tells the whole story. Just look down that compost bot column. Fully autonomous, integrated, AI optimized, very low soil compaction, that's huge, and high precision. Now compare that to every other method. They're all manual, they're all single task, and they're all based on guesswork. This isn't just a small improvement, it's a completely different way of doing things. And if you want to boil that entire chart down to one single powerful number, this is it. For your average small to medium-sized farm, you are talking about freeing up more than 100 hours of hard physical labor every single season. That is time a farmer can now pour into 1,000 other things that make the farm better. But hold on, because this isn't just about solving the problems we have today. The real excitement for me is where a technology platform like this is headed next. It's designed to evolve. I mean, just look at the roadmap. They're already planning software to manage a whole fleet of these bots on bigger farms. Or how about onboard sensors that can analyze the compost for specific nutrients like NPK, so you can spread with even more precision. They're even thinking about modular tool heads, so the same little robot could one day be used for things like weeding or seeding. And that leaves us with this final, really fascinating question to chew on. This robot isn't just a fancy compost turner. It's a self-contained, intelligent system for closing the nutrient loop on the farm. So if we can successfully automate a process this complex, this biological, what other fundamental jobs on the farm are just waiting for their own smart, autonomous revolution?